Before we begin with today's market analysis, I would like to mention our new channel membership options. This is a special introductory offer which will open access to members-only trading strategy videos that are based on high-value, high-conviction investment strategies and are characterized by superior risk-to-reward metrics that target massive, market-beating returns over time. Please note, this is a limited time offering of just $9.99 per month, but members that sign up during this introductory period will be able to lock in this new low rate for the entire duration of the membership. Again, this early sign-up period will allow you to lock in this low introductory membership rate for life, and these new low introductory rates will only be made available for a limited time. Monthly membership prices will be going up after this short introductory period ends. With these comprehensive, members-only trading strategies, I only choose high-quality, high-conviction stocks that are easily accessible, with relatively low share price values that are designed for easy trade positioning, and combined long-term trading gains are expected to far outperform the monthly membership rate of just $9.99 per month. Join now to lock in your low introductory rate and start trading stocks with the pros. Now back to the video. Here we have the hourly price chart for Nvidia Corporation, stock ticker NVDA. As we can see here, we're starting to kind of flatten out a bit after we posted some positive movements in the stock during yesterday's trading session. We are starting to kind of roll over here a bit. We should move this arrow, kind of point to this area here. And as we can see, we're starting to find a bit of resistance here into these moving averages, into these exponential moving averages. And then in addition to that, the stock itself is having a bit of a difficult time breaking through this 125 level. Currently, the near-term highs that we're seeing come in at 124.69. So overall, we can see that there is some selling pressure here at the very least. We could also be seeing some profit taking in this area. Wouldn't totally be surprising after these recent gains that have posted. So it will be important to watch some of these areas here going forward. In particular, what we're going to continue to be watching will be this exponential moving average cluster, because these recent declines that have occurred really sort of made a mess of the situation. In other words, they really did a lot of damage to this chart as the price was starting to move lower. So, in particular, what I've been watching here has been the price behavior here as it kind of oscillates around this exponential moving average cluster. Here we can see that we've got an initial break lower. This would have occurred during the July 16 trading session when highs were posting at just below 130. This would have come in at roughly 129.03. So we can see here that we start to get a bit of a failure here through this exponential moving average cluster. Once that occurs, we see a bit of a stabilization here and then a massive price gap to the downside. So, the fact that we lost the moving average cluster here is quite important. And it will continue to be important for the stock going forward. Because as we can see here, once we do fall below this area, the price losses, the sustained price losses can be quite substantial. We did see moves that were fairly dramatic in a short period of time. So, during this decline here, we did ultimately see lows of 116.56. This would have posted during the July 18 trading session before we did see a bit of a stabilization, and then we did actually get this price gap higher. So, overall, what I'm discussing here is the fact that the stock itself really does seem to behave itself quite well around its exponential moving averages. And when I say quite well, I mean that it really sends some very obvious trading signals and gives us an idea. This gives us an idea where true momentum really rests for this stock. So this is important for people that are trying to trade both sides of the market, buys and sells. Overall, I am bullish on Nvidia. It's a great company, but that doesn't mean that you can't look for opportunities in both directions. There are plenty of trading opportunities that can happen in a stock like this because it is relatively stable, even though we have seen some very dramatic moves recently. And it is a mega cap company, so it does require a lot of money to sort of push around share values and to force prices to move higher or lower. You need large amounts of money to move in the market, and this does create a kind of a more stable trading structure that does allow itself, and it lends itself quite well to trading opportunities in both directions. So as we can see here, we're kind of fighting our way through this exponential moving average cluster. It's been a bit of a difficult time, however, because we are seeing many crossovers within this structure. In particular, what I would point to would be this yellow line here, which is the 20 period exponential moving average. This is the hourly chart. So each candle here represents a 1 hour trading period. And this does tell us that, momentum trends are starting to change here. Initially, we break below the orange line, which is the 50-hour EMA. And then this is followed by a break below the 100-hour exponential moving average. And then finally, we get this major cross here through the 200 period exponential moving average. So, currently, we're at a bit of an inflection point. We are kind of trying to, we're seeing some possible upward crosses here, and we're seeing a constriction, major constriction, I would say, within this exponential moving average cluster. So we could quite easily start to see new crossovers to the top side. When the moving average cluster is constricted like this, these crossovers become much easier because there's not as much distance between the exponential moving averages. So currently, we could be at a bit of an inflection point here. But if we do see a failure, this will suggest that we will start to retest these lows. We will need to fill this price gap and then retest these lows. So ultimately, the stock is at a bit of a crossroads here. I mean, can the stock move higher? Can the stock really form a base here? Essentially, what has happened here is we have almost completely filled this upward price gap to the top side. So any kind of easy gains that we might have seen get from this event, this price gap, have essentially really run their course here. I mean, we've filled most of these orders, and we're starting to now see some resistance here at this 100 period exponential moving average. So it's possible that this could be the end of the line here for this rally. That's not exactly clear yet. We want to see how things behave. We want to see how this moving average behavior starts to develop. And then we will get a bit of a better idea of where exactly the stock is heading next. But I do think that overall, I do think this stock is on some shaky territory here. It's a great company, as I said, and it's very possible for the stock to regain its footing pretty much at any time. But that does not necessarily mean that the broader market is going to sort of agree with this and make it easy for this to happen. If we're seeing major sell-offs in other parts of the market, it can become much more difficult for the stock to kind of gain some traction and start to move higher. So, as I said, these kind of easier gains that would have resulted from this price gap fill have mostly completed themselves here. I mean, we can't really rely on that alone to start to send prices higher. So, we will need to see a clear break above this 125 level. It is psychological in nature. That alone could generate news headlines. Nvidia closes above 125 or below 125. We could easily see that in the financial news today. So it will be an important level to watch here going forward. So here's the current market analysis for Nvidia Corporation, stock ticker NVDA.